like it's strong and intense and bitter. Let it rip through your stomach. Sorry, John, Paul and Ringo. Shades on, legs crossed. Bosh. Just imagining Martin Scorsese's filming me. Snacky Chan I am, love a snack. Is this where they make the breakaway? I think that's unlocked something in me, right? Hello everyone, I'm Miles Kane and this is my cup of tea for Abbey Road. I had a phase in my life where put the tea bag in and the milk and then the hot water. That's very frowned upon, that move, isn't it? I mean, mother frowns upon that move whenever I go home because it's never quite right. She says, stick to the rules. You go tea bag, hot water, let it sit for a minute, we're not in a rush. And then the milk to your liking and then 1 sugar. But there is an option of instant coffee here. That would be my go-to in the morning, is the instant coffee, black. What you should do really is like a bit of cold water first, so you don't burn your beans. Not boiled water. I'm gonna go, I do 3 because you know what I mean. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that in, a little bit of warm, get the beans going there. I know, I'm an espresso guy, thinking that I'm living my Italian Al Pacino fantasy. Can have a little stroll, sit somewhere, have the little espresso, shades on, legs crossed, bosh. Yeah, just imagining Martin Scorsese's filming me, yeah.
So what about milk then?
Well, not in me coffee, no, not in me coffee. I'm black. I don't see the point in it, you know what I mean? Like it's strong and intense and bitter. Let it rip through your stomach. I guess I'm just like, in anything I do, yeah, I guess I kind of like the strongest version of it. Do you know what I mean? I guess it sounds quite intense, doesn't it, that? But I guess when you sort of focus in or anything, you're like, I know exactly how I like it and what I want it to be. So strong and intense it is, you know. And if I'm feeling kinky and you go in like, you know, the little green tea zone or a jasmine or a ginger or something like that, a nighttime tea, do you know what I mean? I'll go for the honey, quite Pilates vibe, that, innit? Do you know what I mean, when it was in vogue? Yeah, my mother makes a good cup of tea and we'd always, you know, there'd always be a breakaway biscuit. Takes me back to my childhood. Do you remember a breakaway? Little yellow packet, blue font, kind of a nice little design actually. Yeah, it's like a shortbread covered in chocolate. Simple, easy and classic. Put that in your Bicky box. Need a little custom leopard print Bicky box. Wouldn't it be boss, that? Okay. The Bicky tray that will be upgraded to the Bicky box. Yes. When the Bicky box gets made and stuff, can I come back and do that and just to say like that was my idea? Yeah, chocolate hobnobs, that's probably my go-to. I do love custard creams. You know what, I do love a Jammie Dodger as well, but I wish it was more crispy. You've got, yeah, ginger, Jaffa cake. If I'm having a cup of tea, I'll go shortbread and custard cream. Coffee, I'll go hobnob.
What do you think of the tonics? Have you had those before?
Yeah, I'm having it.
Yeah?
I'm having them. It's like a wagon wheel, but more plump. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What snack food needs
Snacky Chan I am, love a snack. Yeah, those breakaways need to come back in vogue, don't they? Because it's like retro and fashionable. Breakaway. Yeah, breakaway, this is it, innit? The rock and roll biscuit you never knew you needed. We've started something here, you know, I think. Do you think that? I'm feeling we've got it sorted. Yeah. Gonna be making breakaways in fucking Studio 2 now, innit? Never mind, we'll have our own tourists. Is this where they make the breakaway? Sorry, John, Paul and Ringo. Yeah. Well, I'm the world's greatest procrastinator. So the tea, the coffee, the ciggy break. It's almost like a Pythagoras triangle. Do you know what I mean? The writing, the coffee, the ciggy. Let's go back again. Let's just do that for 6 hours in the day. Probably write a verse. And sometimes it's good to sort of leave something. I think in whatever you work, have a little minute and come back to it. Do you know what I mean? I think you can get like different perspective from boiling a kettle. Or sometimes if you're struggling with something, yeah, if you just take a little step back for a minute and go back, it's clearer in your head, you know what I mean?
How are you taking your breaks? How do you relax, you know, during the grind of a tour?
It's not really a grind for me, because I love it. It's the best job in the world, and it's like, yeah, you know, you can get tired at times, but who cares? You know, to be able to do it and to still do it and hopefully keep on doing it, It's just exciting. I like the travel, I like the interviews, I like performing, I like the writing. There isn't a grind. You know what I mean? Obviously, we work hard, and yeah, you have moments you get tired and that, but I wouldn't say it's a grind for me, you know. When you play in a pub and you start your career, you know, you don't even have the luxury of one monitor. And I always think, the Beatles play Shea Stadium with no monitors. You know what I mean? And it sounds boss. Oh no, and McCartney doesn't have any drinks on stage, and I kind of really love that. I want to try that. I kind of like that, and I like, you know, like we do picks on the stand, because I hate the way it looks for a start, and then if you drop one, you've got to work it out, and I like that.
What about Siggy on stage?
I've done that, but I think that's a bit cliche now. Yeah, I'm sort of over that, a bit over the pose. I've done, you know, with the photos, posing with the Siggy and all that. Eat my words now, you know. You
find you've got like a pretty strong idea before going into the studio then, and you...
Not always, no, but I think lately, or maybe on the past couple of albums that I've made, and this new one that we've just sort of done, that we're in the process of doing, you know, promotion of and all that, that's coming out in October. I went to Nashville to make it, and Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys produced it. We wrote it, it was in the kitchen actually, around the table. So there was loads of coffee breaks, there was loads of little snack breaks, and there was a little moment of a hurdle. You used to have a little break and go back to it, but it was so enjoyable and free-flowing that I think it shows in the identity of the songs, you know what I mean? I don't know, the whole feeling of how I feel as a man and the music feels on point to me at the minute, you know?
Was it all done in Nashville?
So I only met him last summer, and we did a couple of days of sort of trial period, and we just completely hit it off, mate. And then we hit it off so much, and he said, I'd love to produce this record after the first day, which is a dream come true for me, because I'm a big fanboy of his work. Probably my favourite record, and it's my favourite moment in my life at the minute, of the whole process of that and where we're at now.
You could have a snack or a meal with any three people, dead or alive. Who are you choosing, and where are you going to be? I'd
love to have like just a load of buffalo crispy chicken wings with Mark Bolan, John Lennon and Nancy Sinatra. We'll get the VR headsets on and go there. The spirits were speaking to me last night about that.
What about go-to food spots in London?
Sorry, are we doing Top Jaw right now or what? I'm joking. I love this little Italian called Bruto in Clerkenwell. Kind of like, you know, one of them little places, it's like cool little sexy lighting. You feel like you're in Goodfellas. Not too fancy, good tunes playing. Great steak, great penne, you know, and the tomato vodka sauce. It's a bit like an arrabbiata, but it's kind of not. I love a simple pasta. I like that as me Italian. You know, I have been thinking of this harmonica thing.
Yeah.
I've never played the harmonica, but I've always wanted to. This has been my cup of tea. I hope you like it. And will you like and subscribe? Me back on the booze.